You can protect your sea lanes against submarines, surface ships and torpedo planes by laying naval minefields and placing naval netting. To deploy naval netting in minefields, you will need a mine-laying ship, the Bellweather. This is made in a shipyard with 150 basic materials. You can find the shipyard on the map by looking for the anchor icon. Walk onto the pier of the shipyard with your hammer out and the 150 BMATs in your backpack, and press E to open the menu of the shipyard. Left-click on the icon of the Bellweather. This will put the blueprint of it alongside the pier. Walk up to the blueprint and hold down the left mouse button to hammer in the necessary BMATs. When the Bellweather is built, press E to open its menu. Here you will see in the top left that it has a little orange lock icon that indicates that it can be stored inside a personal stockpile. It also has 3 inventory slots. One slot that only accepts 12.7mm ammunition and 2 free slots. In the middle you will see its fuel status, and on the right you will see the stockpile, which can hold Rudderlock deep sea mines, Hullbreaker surface mines, naval buoys or maintenance supplies. You can lock the ship by clicking the little lock icon in the actions panel, or by pressing L, and reserve it for your squad by clicking the squad reservation button and selecting which squad to reserve it to. The normal lock will prevent other people from accessing the gunner's and driver's seat. The squad lock will prevent people not in the squad from accessing the seats and pulling things out of the inventory or stockpile. To refuel the Bellweather, you can grab a can of diesel, press tab to open your inventory and click on the diesel can in your backpack to transfer it to your third equipment slot. Escape out and press 3 to equip the can. Then aim at the boat and hold down the left mouse button to start refueling. If a fuel container with diesel is nearby, you can press E to open the inventory of the boat and click the refuel button in the fuel status panel in the middle. This will connect your nearby fuel container with the Bellweather through a hose and start refueling it. Walk onto the deck and press Q to hop into the driver's seat. Use the W, A, S, and D keys to steer the boat. You can store your Bellweather in a personal stockpile by sailing it close to a seaport and pressing E to open the seaport's menu. With your personal stockpile selected, in the top right you can click the Submit Vehicle button to store it. The Hullbreaker surface mines can be produced inside a normal factory, mass production factory, or ammunition factory. To make them in a factory, bring basic materials and explosive powder, both can be made inside the refinery, and open the factory's menu by pressing E. In the heavy ammunition category, hover over the Hullbreaker mine icon to see how many are in a crate, 5, and the price per crate, 125 BMATs and 35 explosive powder. Left-click the icon to add a crate to the queued order on the right. You can add a maximum of 4 crates to a single queued order. Underneath the queued order, it will show the amount of BMATs and EMATs you need and the amount of BMATs and EMATs that are available. If enough materials are available, you can left-click the play button to start the order. While the factory is producing your crates, you can do other things. When the order is ready, a green check mark will appear next to it. The order will stay in the output panel for you to pick up for 60 minutes. If you do not pick them up in that time frame, the crates become public and enter the factory's inventory. To retrieve the crates, simply left-click the green check mark, which will put the crates into the inventory of your truck. Hovering over the crates will show you in the drop-down the little orange line saying Reservable, telling you that you can store these crates in a personal stockpile. To do that, drive to a storage depot or seaport and press E to open its menu. Select your personal stockpile in the top right, and then right-click on the crates of mines and select Submit All to Stockpile. The naval buoys used to lay down naval netting can be produced inside the factory and ammunition factory. To make them in a normal factory, bring 600 basic materials and open the factory's menu by pressing E. Select the heavy arms category in the production panel and hover over the buoy icon. This will tell you its price, 150 BMATs, and its crate size, 5. Left-click on the icon 4 times to put 4 crates into a provisional order, and then in the output panel, click the play button to start production. When the production is finished, you can simply transfer the crates into your truck by left-clicking on the green check mark. To produce them in the ammunition factory, bring construction materials, which can be made in a material factory with salvage, to an ammunition factory and press E to open its menu. In the production panel, scroll down until you find the recipe for naval buoys. Hovering over the little factory icon will show you the price, 2 construction materials to make a single buoy. If power is provided and an order slot is available, simply shift left-click the construction materials icon in the buoy recipe to submit all construction materials into the recipe and automatically start the order. Finished buoys will appear in the production panel and stay there for up to 28 hours. If not retrieved within that time frame, they will be transferred into the stockpile of the factory. If more than 5 mines are finished inside the order, you can retrieve a crate of buoys by right-clicking the buoy icon and selecting Retrieve as Crates. Hovering over one of these crates shows you that these are reservable. Simply left-clicking on the buoy icon will retrieve the buoys as single items. The Rudderlock deep sea mines are produced exclusively in the ammunition factory and require 1 construction material, which can be made inside a materials factory, and 8 heavy explosive powder, which can be produced in a refinery. Bring those ingredients to the ammunition factory, open its menu by pressing E, and in the production panel in the middle, scroll down until you see the recipe for the Rudderlock mine. Then shift left click on the material icons inside the recipe to transfer the materials from your inventory to the personal production queue. When a mine is ready, it will be placed inside the recipe and will stay there for a maximum of 26 hours, after which it will be placed into the public stockpile of the facility. To retrieve a mine so you can store it, right-click on the mine icon in the recipe and choose Retrieve as Crates, which will transfer it into your inventory as a reservable crate. Simply left-clicking on the mine icon will put a single, uncrated and unreservable mine inside your inventory. Storing the crates is done by opening the menu of Depot or Seaport, selecting your personal stockpile and right-clicking a crate of mines. Then, in a drop-down, selecting Submit All to Stockpile to transfer all crated mines into your personal stockpile. To retrieve a Bellweather, make sure one of the cases along the seaport is empty. Open your stockpile, select the vehicle category and left-click on the icon of the Bellweather to start assembling it. When done assembling, it will be placed next to the quay. Make sure to refuel it and then hop into the driver's seat. Once in the driver's seat, press E to open the seaport's menu, select your personal stockpile and then select the utility category. Left-click on the crates of Rudderlock mines to assemble 2 crates into the inventory of the Bellweather. Escape out of the menu and press Q to hop on deck. Press E to open the inventory of the Bellweather. Right-click on the crates of mines and select Submit All to Stockpile to unpack the Rudderlock mines into the Bellweather. The amount of mines inside the boat stockpile is visually presented on the back of the boat as well as in the menu. If you try to submit the other mine type into the stockpile, you will see that the Bellweather can only hold 1 item type at a time. The stockpile at maximum holds 20 mines. Loading the Bellweather with Hullbreaker mine crates or naval buoy crates is way faster since each crate of Hullbreakers or naval buoys contains 5. So submitting 4 crates will fill the Bellweather stockpile. Alternatively, you can submit the mines by hand from a pallet or truck, for instance. Open the truck's inventory by pressing E and left-click a mine to carry it. Since it is a large item, you can only carry 1 at a time. Walk close to the Bellweather and press V to submit the mine. With a pallet, stand near the pallet and simply press V to equip a mine from the pallet, walk to the boat and press V again to submit it into the stockpile. To supply the machine gun on deck with ammunition, simply grab 12.7mm ammunition from a base and submit those into the inventory of the Bellweather. Sail to the area where you want to lay naval minefields or crest-pine netting and stop the boat. While still in the driver's seat, open the build menu by pressing B. In the defensive structures category, click the minefield that consists of the mine your Bellweather is currently stockpiling, or the crest-pine netting when carrying buoys. When laying Rudderlock deep sea mines, this will display the starting point of the minefield in yellow under your cursor. Also under your cursor is an indicator that shows the depth you are going to place the mines at. You can use the scroll wheel to change the depth from 0 meters, or on the surface, to below the surface, starting at a depth of 15 meters and going down all the way to 30 meters. If you are happy with the starting point of the minefield, you can press the left mouse button to confirm it. Moving the mouse now will orient and lengthen the minefield towards your cursor for a maximum length of 10 mines. Bear in mind that a minefield will always require 10 mines to be built, regardless of the length. To confirm your minefield layout, press the left mouse button again, which will place the minefield blueprint. With your Bellweather close to the minefield's blueprint, press and hold the left mouse button to start submitting mines into the blueprint. They will visually fall off the back of the Bellweather, and a message will show how many more mines to go to finish the blueprint. Once the last mine is submitted, the minefield is placed and active. Since the Hullbreaker mines are surface mines, when placing them you will not get the possibility to change their depth. The rest is the same. Left-click to confirm the starting point, move the mouse to orient and lengthen the minefield, and left-click to confirm the placement. Then, with the boat close to the blueprint, hold down the left mouse button to submit the necessary mines. Crest-pine netting is also placed on the surface and will therefore not come with a depth selector either. Placing the netting works the same. Left-click to place the starting point, then drag out to lengthen the netting, and finally left-click to place the final point to place the blueprint. Crest-pine netting has a maximum length of 5 buoys and will always cost 5 buoys regardless of the actual length of the netting. You can connect a new naval netting line to an already existing one by opening the build menu and selecting the netting icon again. Bringing the blueprint close to the existing netting will make it snap to it. You can hold the shift key to override the snapping and place the new netting close but not connected. Once the netting is laid down, it will hold any small and medium boat and will not be damaged by it. It will also absorb torpedo impacts, which will damage it. Large boats can break the netting by simply sailing over it. You can also use machine guns or explosives to remove the netting. With a machine gun, simply aim at the netting and make sure the aim line intersects with the netting and turns partially red. Then hold down the left mouse button to fire and damage the netting. With explosives like HE grenades for instance, simply aim at the netting and chuck a grenade at it by left-clicking. Naval minefields are like any other structure and will decay over time. When placing the minefields, underneath your cursor there is a line telling you if they are in range of a maintenance source. If placed within range of a supply source, that supply source will maintain and repair the minefield provided it has maintenance supplies in it. When mines inside the minefield are detonated, they will subtract from the total health of the minefield as well. To maintain and repair minefields that are outside the range of a supply source, you can use the Bellweather. For this, you will have to fill the Bellweather stockpile with maintenance supplies. Get close to a seaport and press E to open its menu. Retrieve one or several crates of M-subs into the inventory of the Bellweather. Hop out of the driver's seat and open the inventory of the boat by pressing E. Right-click the crates in the inventory and select Submit All to Stockpile. With the M-subs in the stockpile, sail towards the minefield that is damaged or almost depleted. When you are within 10 meters of it, it will automatically consume one M-sub to repair and refill the minefield if necessary. This might take a couple of seconds, however. The machine gun on deck works like any other turret. Press Q to hop into the gunner's seat and hold the right mouse button to aim. The machine gun has a firing arc of slightly more than 90 degrees and a magazine size of 75 bullets. Firing it is done by pressing the left mouse button and reloading is done by pressing R. Note that this will get rid of any remaining bullets that were still in the machine gun. You can put the machine gun into anti-air mode by pressing Shift plus F. This will zoom the camera out and allow you to adjust your aim upwards by using the scroll wheel. It will reach a maximum height of around 50 meters above the surface.
Buoy, 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 buoy. Interessant!